Hello, Lisa here. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're just stopping by for the first time. Today we are going to be taking a look at Extraordinary Incantations. This is a practical magic deck, and it says that it is a 78 card tarot inspired oracle deck. I think this would function well as a tarot or an oracle, or a hybrid of both, depending on how you want to use it. We're gonna get into all of the nitty gritty about it right now. So it is a little tuck box deck. It is smaller than a standard tarot. I do this every time I have the Magical Nature Tarot here. This feels like it's standard size. And then Extraordinary Incantations comes in a tuck box. It does have the little part that folds down a little further right here, which I do like, and a little thumb hole cutout so you can easily slide your cards out. The tuck box itself feels kind of normalish. Nothing particularly sturdy, but nothing particularly squishy either. And it wasn't a super tight fit, and it does have the fold out bit, so it should be pretty easy to get your cards in and out. Now this says on the back, give your everyday a dash of magic, or your mindfulness and spiritual practice a dose of reality with this 78 card tarot inspired oracle deck. Casual card slingers can use their extraordinary incantation pulls to receive guidance on everyday life, while seasoned tarot and oracle readers can use them to boost their own spreads, prompts, and pulls. So let's check it out. So here's the size difference. I don't like words on the back of decks. I wish people wouldn't put the title of their deck on the back. I don't like it. But regardless, sorry, my voice is still a little bit challenged from being sick. That is the size difference to a standard tarot card. So I would say this is bridge size. I believe that's the size when I checked it before. I showed this briefly in my December recent deck roundup, and y'all said you wanted a full walkthrough, so let's get into it. So the premise of this deck is pretty simple. You have simple illustrations, you have the title of the card, and then you have an affirmation, and it feels very uplifting throughout. So that is the vibe. Again, these are the backs, and the card stock feels like a classic playing card stock. Nothing super extraordinary. It feels like it's probably like a 330 GSM smooth card stock. So pretty basic, but it feels like it will shuffle quite nicely. I might not be able to riffle this. I have an injury on my hand, and riffling, especially anything that requires a lot of strength. Sorry about the sirens. My window's open because it's raining and I love it. And the sirens got intense there for a minute, so I cut that out. But anyways, I forget what I was saying. Oh yeah, I have an injury on my fingers. So a deck like this is probably going to hurt me to shuffle right now, so I'm not going to try to riffle it, but it does feel like a classic, like standard smooth playing card type card stock. Nothing fancy, but nothing super stiff. It's not that like thick indie style card stock that we see a lot. It feels pretty classic. Kind of thing you'd expect from a standard deck of play cards, that kind of thing. Not linen, smooth, and not glossy or matte, sort of in between. Okay, so with that out of the way, let's go through and look at these extraordinary incantations. So for our Fool, we have I start over, wipe the slate clean. I probably shouldn't hold these the whole time, so let me put them down. I start over and wipe the slate clean. That is a perfect affirmation for the Fool card. I make magic, and I make amazing things happen. The Magician. I love this. The illustrations are really cute. I get a feeling, I run with it, and it all works out. The High Priestess. Oh, yes. I'm feeling myself, and I'm loving it for the Empress. That is amazing. I love that. I make it my business to get the job done. The Emperor. I make it my business to get the job done. These are so great. These are so great. Okay. I can admit that I still have a lot to learn, and we have an older person here in the Hierophant. I think that's amazing. I love without judgment for the Lovers. I make my own way for the Chariot. Fabulous. I like that so far this has a very empowering vibe. I love it. Now this says it's a practical magic deck, so does that mean it's by the same creators as the Practical Magic Tarot? I'm not sure, but I love it. I make my own way. Yes. I bend and don't break for strength. Oh my gosh, the way that she's occupying space here, right in the border of the card, and like her feet are sort of like curling up at the corners. I love that. I enjoy my own company, the Hermit. This feels like it would be such a wonderful self-care deck for your self-care toolkit. If you've been looking for like a good, simple, like self-care deck, yes, this is feeling like it for me. I let the chips fall, let the chips fall, let the chips fall where they may. Wheel of Fortune. Yes, acceptance of change. I believe in a fair fight. Everyone deserves a shot for justice. Love that so much. We can see we've got like the perspective of one side of the scales. I mean, I can pretend I'm fine just till the struggle is over, says the Hanged Man. Again, working with an acceptance of one's circumstances. I can admit when something has run its course. That's death. That's like acceptance of endings, right? Acceptance of loss. I can chill the hell out. Temperance. I think that's amazing. I mean, temperance is very much about extremes of energy and how we can get into those extremes. So the idea of just chilling the hell out, perfect for that card. I know when to call myself out. This is like the whole mood of the devil card for me personally. I like a devil that doesn't shy away from this concept. Love it. I admit defeat, the tower. That one, I don't know. I don't know if I'm a huge fan. Like, it works. The tower can be about defeat. But for me, it's about something has to come crumbling down. Something has to get torn down, or something has been torn down, but it needed to come down. Sometimes that's not a defeat. Sometimes that's a win. Sometimes that's a victory. So it works, but I don't know that it's my favorite. Here we have, I have faith that something better is in store. That's the star, and very appropriate after the tower. I'm okay that I've got a dark side. That's the moon. Yes. For me, again, the moon is often about tapping into our inner wild self. Not always darkness, but certainly wild. The part of us that lives in the shadow. I feel alive for the sun. Yes. I can take criticism, judgment. This is interesting. Yes, it works. I think the confusion for judgment is often that it's about being judged, which certainly it can be, but I think that hems in the meaning of the card quite a bit. And I talk about this. You can hear me babble about this in my book, Unlocking the Tarot. But for me, judgment is about an evolution and an invitation to sort of step up, to behave differently, to live life in a new way, perhaps a better way. And that can come about. That invitation can come about as a result of criticism, particularly constructive criticism. So it's a useful affirmation for the card, but I worry that it might box some readers into feeling like this is what judgment is about, is being judged or criticized. I don't think it's always the case. I think it's one path to evolution, but not the only path to evolution. I see how I've come full circle, the world. Love that. That's a great phrase for that card. And now we're into the minors. So that was the majors. Super cute. To me, this does not feel oracle-like. It still feels like the tarot, but I guess because of the affirmations, it can lock you in a little bit. So in that way, it might be more useful as an oracle for some. Definitely will be something that will pair really nicely, I think, with tarot. So here we have the Ace of Wands. I'm free to follow whatever inspires me. The Two of Wands, I confront tough decisions with an iron will. I don't know that Two of Wands feels like tough decisions for me. It feels more like possibility and expansion for me, but that's, again, just me. I am bold enough to leap. Yes, in the Three of Wands, we are taking the leap. We are taking the plunge. We're heading out. We're doing the thing. Four of Wands, I always have something to celebrate. Yes, there's always a milestone. There's always a success we can count as having completed. I delight in the discord. Interesting for the Five of Wands. Discord can be constructive discord. Sometimes it's not destructive. And the Five of Wands is often about healthy discord, like competitions that like help us to be stronger, better, see things differently. I play to win for the Six of Wands. I love the competitive vibe here, and the seeking of success or victory in this energy. Seven Wands. I am not half-assing anything. Love this. I like when we see mobility aids show up in cards that are not just like the strength card. I think it's a little bit old for me. Love this. This looks great. I can pick up my pace at any time for the Eight of Wands. This is I'm stumbling over my words. This is a momentum card for me, so I like that. I grin and bear it for the Nine of Wands. Yes, sticking it out. I take it on because I can, the Ten of Wands. I will say the art is getting a little repetitive feeling to me. Like, it's super cute. Maybe it's the limited color palette. It's a lot of the same colors showing up again and again. This pink and blue, like, for example, shows up like in a lot of the cards. All of the cards. Is all of the wands pink and blue? But then also a lot of the majors were too. Pink and blue is just a main color. You can see it in the box even. Pink and blue with splashes of yellow is like the main thing. It's starting to get a little samey feeling, and I wonder if it might feel that way, especially in a bigger spread. We can lay some cards out at the end and see. And this might be, again, one of the reasons why this might be a good pairing deck to partner with something else, but might not be as good as a standalone. We'll see. I give anything a go. Page of Wands. Yes, that experimentation is total Page of Wands vibes. I dive right in. I love the chaos. Knight of Wands, for sure. I'm not sure why they're abbreviated. I don't know why. That kind of bugs me. Like, I hadn't noticed it before, but like now that I've noticed it, I mean, I get it. You don't want the title to take up so much space. Maybe that's what it is. I'm guessing when they got into like some of the longer ones, like King of Pentacles, that can be a lot to put out on a card. And these are small cards, so they didn't want the words to overwhelm with so many words already. So it was probably a sensible decision, but I wasn't expecting it. Anyway, okay, so Knight of Wands. Queen of Wands. I have a good laugh. Yes. Love the vibe of the Queen of Wands. I can do anything. King of Wands. Confidence. Yes. Now we're into the cups. So I feel it all for the Ace of Cups. Yes. I love this take on the Two of Cups. So this is, I merge with who or what I love. Love that. I love the merging concept for this card because that's very much what this energy is about for me, is we're merging. Love it. I raise a glass to my friends in the Three of Cups. Yes, yes, more yes. IDGAF. I don't give a fuck. That is the Four of Cups, and that is perfect. Sorry for the swearing. I couldn't help myself. Sorry. I wallow sometimes. Yes. Recognition that we're maybe in a wallowing space is a useful card to pull. I let myself play, the Six of Cups. Brilliant. I indulge in my fantasies for the Seven of Cups. Yes, give ourselves space to dream. It's okay to fantasize. It's okay to daydream. It's okay to imagine. It doesn't lock us into anything. It's fine. I move on. Yep. Love the little bicycle. So cute. I'm a dream maker, the Nine of Cups. Oh, I like that a lot. I love the little things for the Ten of Cups. This is meaningful to me. In case you haven't noticed, I like painting my own nails, and I will typically do a manicure for myself every Thursday or Friday, and it's such a self-care thing. I love it. So that just, yeah, love it. I keep my heart open, Page of Cups. Yes. I still my heart, Nine of Cups. Knight of Cups, excuse me. Knight of Cups. I'm slurring because I'm getting excited. I care deeply, Queen of Cups. These are so sweet. It's such a inclusive feeling deck in the sense that it's not throwing us a lot of stereotypical like ideas of what happiness or success is supposed to look like. And there's a lot of sort of self-focus to this deck, a lot of sort of focusing on you and what you can control going on throughout the entire thing. And I think that's really powerful and useful in a practice for sure. Here we have I let love lead for the King of Cups. Now we have the Ace of Swords. I see clearly now. Yes. I often talk about the Ace of Swords being a card where once you, it's like a type of knowing that comes where once you know this thing now, you can't unknow it. It's a new burst of knowledge, a new burst of clarity, awareness, or insight, but you cannot take it back. It's kind of like you can't put the genie back in the bottle. It's that vibe. And I can see clearly now is a really cool way to express that energy. Here we have, I ponder, I carry on and do. That's the Two of Swords. We are allowed to slow down and take time to decide. But once the decision is made, we need to move forward, take steps. Don't stay paralyzed. I get over myself. I get over it. The Three of Swords. Yes, I love this so much because for me, the Three of Swords is a card of learning lessons the hard way. We're learning. It's just a painful learning. And so getting over myself and getting over it is the work of the Three of Swords. It's like processing, going through it, and then getting on with your life, like moving forward. I take healthy pauses for the Four of Swords. Yes, this is such a great little self-care deck. I don't shame myself for my regrets. Yes, 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 so good. I don't make things harder than they have to be. Six of Swords. I confront consequences. Seven of Swords. Yes. I drop the drama. Eight of Swords. That's interesting. I would have probably chosen this for the Ten of Swords, actually. But we'll see what they have for the Ten of Swords. I often see the Ten of Swords as like it's so over the top, it's kind of dramatic, like we need to chill out a little. But for the Eight of Swords, excuse me, this also works because we get into like this sort of analysis paralysis, this like decision fatigue where we're just kind of like stuck and we feel so trapped and we feel like we have no options, but we do have options. We're just not seeing them. And the scissors here kind of feel like, okay, just cut the barriers that are in front of you and move forward. I outrun anxiety. Nine of Swords. I don't know how I feel about that. That Nine of Swords is definitely a card about anxiety, but I don't know how I feel about the verb outrun. I would be curious to hear from any of you who do deal with anxiety, particularly regularly, how does that feel for you? Does this feel empowering and positive? I would be concerned that if I was in a bout of anxiety, feeling like I could outrun it, that energy feels a little, I don't know what the right word is. Like, I don't know. It feels a little anxious almost. Like, trying to outrun something, when I think of outrunning something, I think something is literally chasing me and I'm trying to outrun it. And that might be appropriate for some of us who deal with anxiety. For me, when I experience anxiety, it's occasional and it is situational. So I don't deal with regular anxiety. So it might feel differently for somebody who does deal with regular anxiety. Maybe you do feel like you need to like focus on outrunning it. But for me, I feel like I need to sort of move through it, breathe and ground myself and like remind myself what's good. If I try to run from it, I feel like I'm going to feel like I'm being chased by it. Does that make sense? I'd be curious to hear from somebody else and their take on this one. Not my favorite, but that's based on my own personal experience of anxiety and not maybe what somebody else's would be. I put my foot down. Ten of Swords. Interesting. Yeah, I almost feel like, yeah, I don't know. It works. It does work. Here we have the Page of Swords. I get curious. And again, by the way, none of this is a criticism of the actual like deck. It's trying to be like an oracle, not a tarot primarily, but I am looking at it through a pretty opinionated tarot lens. So keep that in mind. I am determined, Knight of Swords. That really works. What was the page again? I get curious. Yeah, this is perfect. Curiosity is one of my main keywords for the Page of Swords. I am determined for the Knight of Swords. Yes. I tell the truth, Queen of Swords. This is spot on. Spot on. In fact, I'm going to literally pull out my little personal test at home mini print of my Unicorn's Journey because I don't have my physical deck right in front of me. But when I did the Queen of Swords, something I did, I'm just going to show you because I'm really proud of it. And I feel like this ties into how I see the Queen of Swords. So in the Eight of Swords, okay, so in the Seven of Swords, this is a really washed out version of my deck because it's just like printed on my home printer. But anyways, in the Seven of Swords, Mystic gets caught by this knight who's laid a trap for her, right? And then in the Eight of Swords, she's trapped. She's blindfolded. This is the energy of like feeling like you're trapped by your situation, even though she could get out at any time. And there's even a hint here. There's this little air sylph that she's been taking care of down here. And the air sylph is cracking its way, kind of hatching from its egg. It had been in an egg and is kind of freeing itself. And that's like a symbolic of what Mystic could be doing in this card, but isn't doing. Anyway, and she's blindfolded. And then when we get to the Queen of Swords, we see, so here's Mystic's card in the Eight of Swords. In the Queen of Swords, the Queen has come in and literally ripped off, like taken her horn, put it under Mystic's blindfold and ripped it off Mystic's eyes so that Mystic could see the reality of her situation, could see the truth. That is the energy to me of the Queen of Swords. That is the vibe of the Queen of Swords that she brings. She brings that vibe of like, I'm going to tell it how it is. And sometimes it's not going to be comfy or easy, but you're going to get the truth. And there's good and bad to that, right? Like we want a truth teller. Sometimes we can soften the truth a little. We can soften our words, but sometimes that's not what's needed, right? Okay, anyways, I use my smarts for the King of Swords. Yes, love it. Okay, so now we're into the Pentacles, and we have the Ace of Pentacles. I recognize value. Yes. I manage for the Two of Pentacles. That's a card often where we're juggling responsibilities, trying to figure out where to put our priorities, so that works really well. I get by with a little help from my friends in the Three of Pentacles. That's adorable, and I love it. I love that they each have 3 different hairstyles. They're in different outfits. Love that. I guard my energy, the Four of Pentacles. This is good because often the security and the stuff we're thinking of in the Four of Pentacles has to do with like money and resources and that sort of thing. But here it's about our energy. And I love this because one of the resources that the Pentacles is about, in my opinion, is our energetic resources. We often think of resources as money, right? As like financial resources. But our greatest resource, our most, I would argue, important resource to survive is our energy. And I love this so much. I back down when I need to. 5 of Pentacles. Yes. I give and take. 6 of Pentacles. Also good. Really good. I like the greens that are showing up through the suit. We're going to check the colors in a minute. 7 of Pentacles. I'm in no rush. 8 of Pentacles. I keep at it. I keep getting better. Yes. 9 of Pentacles. I treat myself. So cute. 10. I live a rich life. Rich life isn't always about being rich. And here this person's eating a simple soup, right? A rich life doesn't have to mean that you are rich. And then I keep my feet planted for the Page of Pentacles. Yes, yes, yes. I have a solid plan. Knight of Pentacles. Okay, that works. I rest in power. Yes, Queen of Pentacles. I can afford to indulge in sweetness. The King of Pentacles. Yes. And then we have a little info card. It says for the casual card slinger, for the tarot enthusiast. I'm going to put this aside in my tuck box. And I'm going to, I just showed this in my other walkthrough too, but I say just because I filmed them close together, but I like to open up both the top and the bottom and flatten them out because I store them. In this case though, actually, I'm not sure if I'm going to put this in a bag or keep this in its little box. So maybe for now I'll just pop that in the back. I'm going to put it face forward. Okay. Now let's do some shuffling. I'll see if I can do a riffle if my hand's up for it. Oh, it's not bad. Oh, no, that was my muscles. That was not the deck. That was my muscles giving out. I'll try one more time. Yeah, it shuffles fine. I can't do a lot of that type of shuffle right now because of my hand, but it's kind of heartbreaking. Actually, I love to shuffle so much and it hurts, so I can't. I'm sad about it. Anyway, let's give this a shuffle. I was going to take a look at colors. Well, we'll do that, I guess. Anyways, we'll just have to do it differently. And then I'm going to look at some pairings for this that I think would be really cute. So here we go. Let's see. All right. So let's take a look at just some cards on the table. I'm just going to lay out a grid of like 6 cards. So cups, swords, major, cups. Okay. I'm seeing some stuff here. Pentacles, swords, wands, and wands. Okay, so some things I'm noticing. Wands have an emphasis on pink. It seems like the text is pink anyways. The cups have an emphasis on blue. The pentacles on green, and the swords on purple. So that seems to be how the colors are. I don't think the majors have that much going on for a specific cohesive color theme. Yeah. So you can really tell like what suit you're in. Okay, I'm going to grab a couple decks for possible pairings, and we're going to look at those together. So hang tight. Okay, I pulled a couple things just to play around with. The first thing that jumped into my hand was the Simdala Tarot. This is an indie deck, but there's something about this that I just thought it's very symbolic. Like it's all the symbols of every card, but like I wish I could shuffle this properly right now, but I really can't. What am I trying to say? It's like the symbols of each card in a mandala. That's what I'm trying to say. I might be able to shuffle. Ooh, am I kidding? I can drop. I can't apply really any pressure on this deck. Anyway, let's just do a flip. So we put down an extraordinary incantations. So let's just put down, I get curious. We have the Page of Swords. And then to each side, we have the 4 of Cups, and we have the 3 of Cups. This is because I haven't shuffled well. Let me grab a different card. There we go. And then we have the 6 of Swords. There's something about this where I don't feel like I have to write the card. So think about it. So we have 6 of Swords, and the keywords on this card are departure, Aquarius. We have some astrological stuff. We have Tippereth. We have some associations here. And then in the 4 of Cups, we've got perspective. So we have perspective and departure. I get curious. Maybe it's not about running away right now. Maybe it's about like leaning into the situation and asking questions before we jump to conclusions. Sorry, that was kind of off camera. I was looking at my table and not at the thing. So I think these could work really well together. Let's try another pairing. So we have the 5 of Swords and the 4 of Swords. These are really not shuffled. This is a fairly new deck to me, and I have not really worked with it yet. We're still in Swords. Let me just grab a different card. I just want to try some stuff. Okay, here we have the Chariot. And then in the middle we have, oh look, I got the Chariot again. That's really funny. I make my own way, the Chariot. So we have the Chariot again over here. But then we also have the 5 of Swords. So very much about moving forward. Here we have, oh, I turned it upside down. The Lovers. And I'm just going to like cut this deck. We have the Fool and the Devil. So different vibe for sure. I think this would be fun to pair. I really need to get this shuffled better. But unfortunately, without being able to riffle right now, it's harder to mix these ones that are a little clumpier. And it's just clumpy because it's on that beautiful like scratch-resistant cardstock. But that's the Simdala. I think it does work. Okay, let's look at This Might Hurt Tarot, because I feel like it would go well with This Might Hurt. And I'm biased because this is a long-time favorite deck. But let me move it down a little. Let's put it like here. And then, what do I think? They both kind of have like a bit of a modern vibe. So here we have 6 of Cups, Page of Cups, and I can admit that I still have a lot to learn. 10 of Cups in the Chariot with I put my foot down. Interesting. I don't know if I'm loving this. I feel it all. It's not quite working for me. I feel like the art style is like, they're both kind of like, could be like cartoonish in a way, but they're different cartoonish. So I don't feel like that one's working very well. Let me try a different pairing here. Okay, this one actually might work well. I have the Good Karma Tarot. Oh, I feel like this could work really well. This is like a mass market This Might Hurt for me. It works really well, and I love the art style in this. But again, we have 2 sort of cartoonish decks, but let's just see. So we have 2 of Cups and the King of Wands, and then we have I Enjoy My Own Company. Interesting. Okay, I like that. I think I like this so far. I Still My Heart. The 9 of Cups and the Devil. Yes. Ooh, that's interesting. Like maybe we're being drawn to something that's not good for us and we need to like quiet our heart, like be less reactive. Don't jump into anything. I See, I Ponder, I Carry On and Do with the 3 of Coins and 8 of Swords. Okay, yeah, this feels like it's working. Like it's gelling better. I'm not, the art style is not the same, but it's closer in a way that it wasn't with the This Might Hurt. And I think these look great together. 8 of Cups and 6 of Cups with I'm Free to Follow Whatever Inspires Me. Okay, now we have 2 of Coins. I Get Over Myself, I Get Over It with 2 of Coins and 5 of Cups. Yeah, I like these. The Emperor and the Wheel of Fortune with I confront tough decisions with an iron will. Yes. I admit defeat. We have the Tower between Ace of Coins and Three of Cups. I am bold enough to leap. Three of Wands between Three of Wands and Ten of Cups. Look at these two together. That's pretty great. The vibes. King of Swords and Justice. Love it. Four of Wands. Lovers and the Four of Cups. Oof, the Chariot and the Hanged. Okay, I'm just getting lost in it now. Okay, I think this one works. I think this one works. All right, let's look at a different pairing. So that was the Good Karma Tarot. If you missed it, it's got these bright yellow backs. I love this deck. It's great. Love, love, love. Super fun. Okay, next I thought I would try it with like an inner child deck. I thought I would see what it looks like next to my go-to, which is the Playful Heart Tarot. I'm going to take the extra cards out. Art style is totally different, but I thought it might be kind of a fun pairing. Now, there's a current version of the Playful Heart that is a little smaller in size, so that might be worth taking a peek at. This is the slightly bigger than standard tarot size. It's my baby. I don't know if I love these together. I don't think I do. No, they don't feel right. They're too far apart. Like, it's kind of funny. Energetically, they work fine. I think my issue is that when if the aesthetics are off enough, it just doesn't harmonize for me on the table, and then I don't feel like working with it. I'm a princess about that because I have so many decks. But I thought this might make a fun pairing, and I haven't pulled it out in a while. This is the Crystal Unicorn Tarot, which I've had for ages. But I thought these might actually make a fun pairing, and I don't think I was wrong. Let's have a look. They've got soft colors. Let's take a look. Okay, so we have I Love Without Judgment between the Seven of Cups and the Two of Wands. I Make My Own Way, Five of Pentacles and the Sun. I Get Curious, we have Justice and the Eight of Wands. I kind of like these. I almost feel like, though, this isn't the kind of deck I'm going to, like, permanently pair with something else. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like this works just fine. Like, I feel like color-wise it works. It's gelling. And I'll be honest, I don't really use my Crystal Unicorn very much. It's like a Rider-Waite-Smith, but with unicorns in pastel colors instead of, like, people. So I don't find I reach for it very much, but it's pretty, and I love the cardstock. It's lovely. But I don't think you can get this one anymore. I think this one is out of print now, but it's a unicorn deck. I mean, y'all know I have to have the unicorn decks. But I'm actually thinking, and what I thought when I first pulled it out, because it's the same size, is that it might go really well in combination with the Heart Align, oh my gosh, the Align Heart Affirmations Oracle by Kimberly Sand. This is my Linus Blanket deck. I love this deck. This is the first edition of this one, so it's a little bit desaturated, like it's white text on pastel colors. So I know it doesn't show up super, super well on camera, but in person, I absolutely love it. I thought these might they're the same. They're like literally the same size. And I just thought they might be fun to play with together. So this, like a tarot, like in this case, this serves as the tarot, and the Heart Align serves as the oracle, right? So I might pull it something like this. So we have, I treat myself with the love and respect I wish to receive from others. And then it says, I love without judgment, and I take it on because I can. Here we have, I trust myself to make myself known and remain strong, safe, and seen in any relationship, paired with, I am not half-assing anything, and I love the little things. Yeah, I really like these together, actually. I can pick up my pace at any time. I raise my glass to my friends with You Know Who You Are. The interesting thing about this, actually, the more that I'm looking at these together, is not so much that I would use them together, although they seem to work well together. Speak your truths with I can afford to indulge in sweetness, and I know when to call myself out. Okay, here's what I'm seeing. The Align Heart Affirmations cards have been my absolute go-to when I'm struggling or hurting or worried or, I don't know, just feeling feels, going through shadowy stuff. This is such a supportive deck, and it seems to always hit me in all the places where I need to hear something that's going to, like, kind of make me cry in a good way. Like, I feel like that's what this deck does for me, and it's so special in that way. But I find myself not reaching for it on a general basis, because generally, sometimes the messages imply that I'm doing worse than I am. Like, I allow myself to rest and recharge without feeling weightless or guilty. That's perfect for any time. But I trust in my strength and wisdom to keep myself safe while staying true to myself. It feels more like a message I need to hear when I'm getting wrapped up in some kind of toxic BS somewhere, which happens more than you'd think. So I use it a lot, but I don't always reach for it if I'm kind of feeling okay. If I'm already kind of feeling okay, something like this would actually probably work better for me in those moments of like, okay, I just want to pull an affirmation, like a daily affirmation card. This is really great for that. This reminds me a little bit actually of, I forget what it's called. This is a Tarot Oracle hybrid also that's based on the Thoth. What is this called? I'm so sorry. I will try to remember and put it in the description box down below. This is a Thoth based. Stay away from instant gratification. What is keeping you caged? Grow out of it. We rise by lifting others. Reach your full potential. But it's also a tarot. So this one feels a little more, I guess, aggressive in vibe, but functions very similarly to me to something like this. This feels a little more hand-holdy. This feels a little more, yeah, a little more fierce, a little more potent. Release yourself first. Yeah, oppression, happiness, virtue, pleasure. Really, really good. This is really great. My copy has like a weird, slight off-cut texture to the edges of the card, so it doesn't shuffle great. It like clumps funny. I really, like, you can kind of see it. I don't know if the camera will focus well enough, but you can see the offness if it would focus. There's just a slight offness that makes it so that when you go to shuffle, the cards clump. It was in two piles, and one pile was slightly cut bigger than the other, and it just annoys the crap out of me. But it's a really good deck. I literally can't remember the name of it right now. Something to do with a garden, I think. I forget. Anyway, this feels like the same kind of thing, but this one I wouldn't use in like general self-care. This comes out really great for raw practice. Like it pairs really well with like Reclaim Oracle and stuff like that. This feels more gentle and self-carry. I kind of feel like, so lately what I've been doing, this is going to be like a weird combo, okay, but just bear with me. Lately what I've been doing, ever since I got the Mega Buffy in, let me just go off script here for, not off script, but you know, like off plan for a second here. I got this Mega Buffy deck in, like for comparison, like it's ridiculous. It's so huge. It takes up the entire field of camera. This is my card of the day today, actually, the Six of Pentacles. But I cleaned up this card stand. So I'm going to tell you how I did it in case you're interested in doing the same thing, although it's a little risky endeavor. But when this came in, the cards were in like a black velvet bag, and the velvet bag had made these black marks all over the top of this. Now this had some decorative line work like this on top and a pentacle. You can kind of see the shadow of it right there. What I did to get the black off the top is I used nail polish remover all across here, which did strip a bit of the finish. You can kind of see there's some paleness here. So it stripped off all of this, but it also got the black off. And then I took a nail buffing block and I smoothed it, and then I oiled the wood so that it kind of got re-moisturized after all that acetone, because my nail polish remover I make myself is like pure acetone with like a little bit of glycerin and some other good for you stuff in it, but mostly it's acetone. Anyways, all that to say, I keep this out, and I have been drawing a card from the Buffy Tarot like every day and just putting it in this card stand, and I'm kind of just wondering if I might literally, in this card stand, I can't really show you upright, but I pull my card, and I might literally just pull one of these and like add it in, like something like this, into my stand, so that I have both, like my card of the day and then like just a little affirmation. I think that might actually be really fun. I think I might try that for a little while. It's kind of fun just to have this sitting on my desk with a card in it. I kind of like it. So yeah, I think I'll pull a card for today to go with my Six of Pentacles. And it's the Three of Pentacles. I get by with a little help from my friends. So true. And I'm just going to pop that over here next to it. I like that. So I think this is just going to be a thing. I think that, like with Heart Align, I never did put Heart Align in a Peggy bag because I just keep it in its box and reach for it all the time. I think I'll just do the same thing with Extraordinary Incantations. I think I'm going to ditch the title card. I don't think I need it. And that's it. And I'll just keep this with my giant Buffy cards on my table here and just pull a daily card just for funsies. So yeah, anyways, all that to say, super fun deck, really great to toss into a bag or a self-care kit. It is indie, so it was, for me anyways, especially in Canada, it was a bit pricey to bring it in, but I think it's worth it. Having a deck like this where I can just get a quick little message, super fun. I love it. And it's a nice little bridge size or pocket size oracle if you've been looking for something like that. Or a tarot. It's a nice size. It's got some really fun affirmations on it. I'm stoked. I like it. So I hope you enjoyed this. Thank you for hanging out with me through it. I really genuinely appreciate you and your time and energy that you spend here on the channel with me. Thank you for indulging me in this walkthrough of the Extraordinary Incantations. And I will have a link to where you can purchase it down below. I got it from Cassandra at a Rifflin Times shop. There may be a couple of other places to get it. I will try to put more than one link down below for you so you can shop wherever feels good to you to shop. But I had a great time ordering this, and I also got the Magical Nature Tarot, which is this one, also from Cassandra's shop at the same time. So for me, it was worth it because I was able to get 2 indie decks at the same time and pay 1 shipping fee, which is something to keep in mind. It is great to also purchase directly from creators, but if you're going to buy more than one thing, it's nice to go there. And just for the record, Cassandra has a Unicorn's Journey Tarot in her shop as well. So if you've been thinking about that, you could always scoop that up with one of these other decks if you're thinking about picking them up. But in any case, Extraordinary Incantations, love it. Thank you all so much. And as always, I appreciate you, and an extra big thank you goes out to my unicorn fam. Until next time, may your magic always shine from the inside out. Bye!